Gosh.
I need to know. I need to know what's going on. I need to know if it's a jukebox musical. I need to know so many things. I need you to go see it for me. I beg. I beg.
Let's see how much. Oh my god! It's only £15. So cheap.
Okay, so
That
we're
bodes
all
well.
gonna fly to the UK. Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
so we can see a show for £15.
£15 is nothing, gang. Nothing. It's absolutely nothing. All right, when am I gonna go?
Great question.
Shit, when can I go?
Also a good question.
Maybe on the last day. Hold on.
I think you should.
I think you should buy tickets for UN Summers. Don't tell them where you're going until you get there.
Summers, unfortunately, is out basically forever now. But I will go by myself. Come on, I go alone. I don't give a fuck.
Summers
I mean,
is basically
truly.
out forever.
Ever.
He's gone.
Aw.
Him on tour?
Yeah.
Him's on tour. He's in Ireland. Actually, I'll see him next Friday. He's gonna be
He's in
coming back.
Ireland. Hey,
He's
that's
in Ireland.
We're
nice.
coming back. Except he'll be back next Friday.
Right.
No, but then he leaves again. Okay, until like June. Okay. Okay.
Did you say like till June?
Yeah, it's festival season, baby.
I guess that's
Everybody's on
fair.
tour.
Till
As we
June?
all know, June is forever.
I mean, you still got a whole month in between now and then, so yeah.
Yeah,
That's like
what I'm
7
saying.
forevers. I
Well,
Seven
there's
forevers.
little mini respites in there.
You said it right the first time, and then you decided to go away from that entirely.
because there's what's correct and then there's what's true to Raph's heart.
Right. Yes.
What?
Which
That's
one's
so
right? Which one's right?
It's respite. It's fully respite.
It's respite?
It
Yeah.
is raspberry. Yeah.
Yeah.
that sounds dirty. I don't like that.
Unless you're in Manchester, and then it's like respite.
Respite. You know, they might say respite where you are now. I don't know.
Respite?
They might say respite. They say a lot of weird words, so
Yeah.
I
I have heard it respite, but like that's not right.
It's not correct.
I said versatile once, and people were like, "It's versatile," and I was like, "All right, bitch."
That one,
Yeah, all right, bitch.
I'll argue about that one.
Right.
I'll be like, no.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right, because like, well, no, they might also say futile. I was about to say
Futile.
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 Yeah. Futile.
I also did get made fun of for saying rad. Someone did something where I was like, "Oh, that's rad," and they were like,
How dare?
They're
Rad
like,
is
laughing.
a valid.
That's rad.
Rad is still valid. I still
Rad.
say
Rad.
rad.
"Rad is valid." Okay, I like that word. It encompasses a lot.
Nothing shaming you for saying right.
Yeah.
Not you, Raph, being shamed for
Shamed for
saying
saying
rad.
rad.
It made me so sad.
Oh,
What do you?
that's so good.
I just have to start saying "Happy Days."
Yeah, but if
say
you'd
that.
said like, if you'd said like Brill, they would have been like, okay,
Brill,
cool,
yeah.
yeah,
They would-
yeah.
They would have
Right.
actually. They probably would have called me out on it. I said "stunning" once, and they were like,
Stunning.
Mm.
"Oh, you've been picking up on so and so's speech." I'm
Oh,
like,
okay, so you just get roasted no matter what. That
It's
makes sense.
roasted no matter
You're
what.
roasted, got it.
You're
Okay.
just Raph's just a victim over there.
Oh, right. Oh, you're
Absolutely,
the
I know.
American. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You're the American. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll do it.
yeah. It's
To
fine.
be fair, at least the first 5 minutes of every one of these streams is just us making fun of the British. So.
It's true and honestly
And how they
valid.
say
It's
things.
really valid. It's fair.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I feel like that, and it should be, and we should do it more.
Yeah.
They get away with too much.
That's so true.
They do, but also A Knight's Tale musical.
And I said musical, yes. Oh yeah, let me hold on.
Is someone
Maybe
gonna
we'll
be
have
like?
it.
Is Chaucer gonna be like hog out though? Like that's what I want to know.
One of the pictures, he is just holding a stack of papers in front of his
Okay.
crotch.
Yeah, I did see that.
Mhm.
I'm hoping for Hog.
They might be willing to show booty cheek, but
Hashtag
not
hoping for Hog.
I don't know. People still show Hog for Equus, so whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like a similar situation.
I've seen Daniel Radcliffe's Hog. Just whole Hog, which was wild.
Yeah, it was like
whole Hog.
I was like early too. Like it was like Harry Potter, nothing. Equus, whole Hog out.
Yep. Just
look at my penis.
And you know what? And I did. And I don't feel bad about it. Also, Will, you call Julia a border collie?
No. I said it was border collie behavior.
I'm being
because Julia's omitting details. Julia had a whole thing to say about how she has to know where all of the kids in her neighborhood live in case they get lost or separated, and she has to keep an eye on them to make sure that they're all okay. And then she said they were her kids. She called them her kids. And I was like, that's border collie behavior.
Good to know in case Timmy gets stuck in the well.
Sure. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, there are 3 children. There are 3 children on this street who physically would not exist if it wasn't for me. Those are my children.
And that's border collie behavior. It's not a bad thing.
What it is? Shady as fuck. Oh God.
I don't know what's worse, Will saying it or Della corroborating it. I'm like,
it's true.
Oh man.
Anyway,
you want to say hi?
Oh, the boy is here.
Come here. Why are you being annoying? Come here.
Oh, the baby.
Look at that fat man's. Look at that fat man's. Listen, I don't care what you say. That's a big boy.
He is a big boy.
He's a choker. He's listen. Yeah. Look at him.
He's dense.
Yes.
Kill that dog.
You know, he got a couple C's in that thick. You know what I mean? Just a couple C's.
It's really interesting because it's like if you like feel him, it's not fat. Like it's just I don't know, muscle. It's weird to say.
Muscle.
He's not like
dude, my cat is yoked, bro.
It is though.
Like father, like son. Like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He's
like,
a buff.
he's just dense.
Have you been feeding him, creatine cat treats?
His claws are in my flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lots of creatine.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Stop biting. You jerk.
He's just spicy, Will. It's fine. Let him be
He's got the
spicy.
demons this morning.
He just has to be sent to a very special private school.
He shows his love with teeth, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Helps with teeth.
Love language is biting.
You gotta play him the Me Want Bite song. I think he'll relate to it a lot.
Oh God. Leverage is back. Speaking of things that he likes.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's new Leverage.
New Leverage. Gotta watch New Leverage.
Which platform?
Is it Prime still?
I think it's Prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't
Prime. Love, but
I got Prime. I also don't love it, but like
Leverage Redemption as the new season started.
Yeah. Hopefully more Hardison this season.
It seems like it.
My
love Hardison.
Love Hardison.
Are we doing this?
That
we should.
Alex Cross show that they made that he was doing is good, actually. It's pretty good. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched
it's like him and Isaiah Mustafa, and I was like, there's a lot of beautiful men in this show right now. There's a lot of beautiful men on my screen right now.
Upsetting.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We need fucking Albert, don't we?
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Will? We have to. He must
Listen.
die.
I feel like Will is just going to
He's
be
gotta
like,
die.
and like we're just going to drop you back on Earth right in this second. Like
Listen,
the ground
if
starts
we-
shaking, you fall, and that's it. No,
It is
no,
legitimately, we will not let this game end.
That.
We will not let this game end until we have Lindsay Ardane back. We will not proceed to anything you want us to do.
What
Well,
will Max sit on?
What I want you to do.
Yes. Give
Like, I have
us
an
back
agenda.
my NPC.
Give us back our boy.
Your NPC.
He sure is.
Sure the fuck is.
he was my character too. Will. You can't do this to me.
JD played him, but I created him. It is a collaborative effort. I will agree to that, but also give him back.
Julia created him. I made him worse. Like,
And we all loved him.
Made him great.
What the fuck?
The fuck just happened?
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't think I can.
Hey,
I don't
my
think
guy,
I can
you
get
good?
into Owlbear. Can I get into Owlbear?
Oh God, I hope so.
I've got so much weird stuff going on with my computer. I don't know if I can actually get into Owlbear right now, actually.
I've admitted the gelatinous cube, whoever that is.
That would be me, but it's just spinning.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've admitted you.
Where is Owlbear?
It's in Streamlinks.
Thank you. I forgot. Excellent.
Look at us back together again.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh my god, R.I.P. Munter.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not Munter anymore.
I'm not fucking Munter
I
anymore.
did almost type Munter in accidentally. I was like, why did I start with an M?
So sad. Just
Garmin
beef.
not forgotten. Your gem fusion.
Yeah.
Mhm. You got to get a better name for that one, but yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know how
Wow.
to add myself.
oh, we can't add tokens.
Oh,
we can
there's
only
Hunter.
control them once
Gotcha.
they're on
Okay,
there.
that makes sense.
Yeah. We can only control the tokens once they're there.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
Well, if
What
you
is
add
happening
tokens,
here?
you can pull them out. But
This is the fight.
this was the
that,
fight on the beach.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before. This is the last fight that happened.
Oh my god!
Before we went.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the fight that
Wow.
happened before we decided to go get
Jesus.
Lindsay Ardane.
Yep.
This is when we were separated and we were searching the city for Lindsay Ardane.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So
Incredible.
yeah.
We
You
need to
all-
recap. Julia,
Sure.
let's do it.
We haven't even got
through
through the intro yet.
Okay, let's do that first.
You want to do intros first? All right.
Yeah, let's do intros first.
We're having too much fun.
JD, you up first?
I sure do. I am realizing as we are sitting here, it has been over a year since I have done a combat with Hunter, so this is going to be interesting. With that, I'm playing Hunter. They are our ace agender ranger, and yeah, this I suppose for them is their first combat in a relatively short amount of time. This feels like a very long time for me. It has been an eternity. Let's see if I remember how to do this.
All right. Raph?
Hello, I'm Raph. I'm playing Max, and I have a. Don't look at that. Don't look at this. I have a bookmark, so I don't forget shit. I'm ready.
What
Let's
does that bookmark
go.
say?
What did the bookmark say? It
Yeah, what does it
says cartridgepeople.com.
Okay.
I don't know where I got it. It's a sticky note. It's not a bookmark.
I see. Well, a bookmark can be anything.
A bookmark can be anything, and anything can be a bookmark.
That's true.
And that's science.
That is, yeah. That we need to inject a little education into this Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, I'll show the lattice system in at the break.
Great. When we're not live. Great, yeah. Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm going to be playing Kelly Violet. She's going to be the horrible cleric rogue hybrid. She's very interested in ruining Mansardane's day, which has, she'd be wanting to do that even if she wasn't in the process of rescuing Mance's son from his horrible, no good, terrible father. Yeah. I'm very ready. I'm very ready to ruin this man's life.
All right. We'll see. And Q.
Hi. Hey, howdy, hello. I'm Q. He, him. Today I'm playing Kira. Also he, him, who's an astral self monk. Widower.
I didn't say it this time.
Soon to be king. It's fine. He's having a good time. Don't worry about it. Listen, we're just making shit up at this point. It's fine.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. That's we're just leaving it online. All right, cool. Well, hi, my name is Will. I'm the storyteller for this game. We have not played it in a very long time, and this is going to be interesting. We'll see how this goes.
Hey, what game are we playing?
Class Reunion.
We didn't do anything, Will. You didn't
What?
do. We didn't do the intro for the game.
Well, yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. This is Class Reunion.
We're raising money for
Palestinians.
Did not do anything, Will.
No, we didn't. Because you all started to go right into the recap. It threw me off.
We haven't done a recap.
We just insisted that we needed to save Lindsay. Like,
Look,
That's
Julia
all.
started flipping pages. I just
God damn.
there's a lot going on.
We're real good at this.
We're real good at this. Hi, hello,
We're really
welcome.
good
If you never caught us
professionals.
before, we're live from the apocalypse. We're a not-for-profit GRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations and other important causes like that. We're currently raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. Once again, we took a brief pause last night and last Friday to raise money for the ACLU. I don't know what the total of that is at, but there's more streams happening later today, which you'll hear about. JD, do you know how much there is currently?
it was 9:40 last I checked,
Yeah.
but I will keep following up on that to let everyone know.
Pretty
Yeah, we're almost
good.
to. We're talking about making some stretch goals.
So
Man.
you'll hear more about those games later, but right now we are once again raising money for medical aid for Palestinians, as previously stated. To that end, you may have noticed that we have hidden the subscribe button and replaced it with a donate button, just to make it easier. If you want to give us money, if you like what you see here, don't give us money. Don't give it to us. Give it to medical aid for Palestinians by donating. Don't interact with Jeff Bezos and his fake Katy Perry in space cyber currency. Don't do that. Just instead give money to medical aid for Palestinians because they'll do very good and important and critical work with it. And we just play these games on the internet. And Jeff Bezos doesn't need any more of your money. We can all agree. If you have an Amazon Prime sub included in your Amazon Prime subscription, it's free real estate. You got to put it somewhere. Hey, how's it going? If you do that, though, just be aware that beloved Dimension 20 Dungeon Master Brennan Lee Mulligan will kill a dog. He will kill one dog for every month you're subscribed to this channel. It's awful. It's truly horrible. We don't condone it. It's pretty rough. So maybe instead of doing any of that, you donate to medical aid for Palestinians instead. You may have witnessed that alert going off earlier. That's that bit. Makes a lot more sense when somebody subscribes before I have to talk about it. Otherwise, I feel vaguely upset about it. And with all that being said, this is Class Reunion. This is a 5e homebrew isekai that's been running for a very long time now, about a group of high school students from Ohio who have been stuck in a fantasy world called a Noon for 10 years. And now they've been reunited after spending 10 years apart and are figuring out what their epic destiny entails. And yeah, I think that is pretty much everything, right? So with that, I guess I could turn it over to Julia for the recap.
So, not to recap like almost 3 years worth of stuff, but just to recap the most
No,
recent.
start at the beginning, please.
To recap the most recent goings on, we are trying to prevent all-out war between basically the kingdom population and the I can see how their name is spelled, and I can't remember how to say it out loud.
The freelance?
No. The symbiote people who JD grew up with.
The Orn.
Oh, the Orn.
But they live in the freelance.
Yeah, the freelance. So we're trying to prevent that conflict, which is being egged on by the Dagda, as well as on one side, as well as Mansardane, may or may not also be the Dagda's influence. Unclear. We're trying to prevent that war. Part of how we're trying to prevent that war is we're trying to install an actual king back in this kingdom, because for a very long time they haven't had one, due to the line of the kings ending, quote unquote. That's our friend Ryan from Ohio. He was a vampire. We ripped that right out of his body. It was a whole big thing. So we're getting ready to have a little coup about it, present him to the council, and be like, you cannot declare war. That is something that is the right of the king, and the king is here, so stop it. But before we can do that, we got to go find Lindsay Ardane, who is the son of Mansardane, who is a person on the council who is a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Piece of shit.
Correct.
Capitalist pig. Baron Harkonnen ass motherfucker. We don't like him. We don't like any of his behaviors.
It's all bad behavior.
He kidnapped his son. We gotta go get him. We gotta get his son. We gotta go get his... We saw it happen, Will.
Well, actually, you didn't.
We saw it happen. So you can gaslight our characters. You can't gaslight me. Gotta get him back. Because he's too innocent for this world and does not deserve anything that's about to happen to him. Also, we got to get him back to his soon-to-be husband, who is also a member of the council.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Correct.
And so
I
we got
worked hard on that romance. That needs to happen.
The person that he has spoken to twice.
Yeah.
Is your husband? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Correct.
Does love need more? Sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
God, I didn't realize you were not a romantic by any stretch.
I was going to say, I'll return you back to the fact that this is this is the fantasy genre, so absolutely, by the rules of the genre, yes.
Yeah,
Their hands are brushed, so they're married.
No,
Exactly.
Their hands are brushed.
Sure.
He's a sweet little hobbit of a man, of course. Like what?
Yeah. He saw him farming. Gardening.
Yeah.
Gardening, yeah.
So
Gardening.
obviously.
The sluttiest thing a man can do.
The sluttiest thing a man can do.
honestly.
Roll his sleeves up to his
Right. Sleeves up, getting in there.
pelts.
A working man. What more could you ask for?
So
Yeah.
true.
So that's basically what we're doing now. There's also the subplot of the sleeper, the dreamer,
The dreamer.
and the influence that they have over people. Their beef with the Dagda, but also like the entire deity system. There's conflict between the Tua, which is a race of people that lives here as well. We're trying to fix the problems there. One of them got into the city. We found them. We've neutralized them. We've taken them to a safe place where they can hopefully recover.
That is the hope.
That is the hope. That is the hope. That is the plan. So yeah, that's basically where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go get Lindsay Ardane from his
We're
apa.
marching. Yeah, we're marching to a certain office in a site and building.
You're marching to a
So, and
house,
what is very
Yeah.
important, the last lines of these notes are, so we are going to the eastern part of the city. Hunter starts to get the feeling that we are being watched. Will cut us off early to be a bully because we didn't go the full time the last time we played in November.
I didn't do it to be a bully. Let the record show.
The record says otherwise.
I don't
We
know.
didn't have time to get into it.
The record says.
And yet,
I don't know.
history
I
will
don't know,
remember
Chief.
this.
Look, I didn't know that it was going to be, 3 months?
Question:
that at the time.
Does Ryan know the truth
5.
about his
It's 5 months.
parent?
You mean the fact that his father family annihilated back on Ohio? No. We have not told him that.
That,
You have kept the
Mirrodin-
Beckinsale murders away from him.
I'd forgotten about that. I didn't know about that one. I was not talking about that. I was talking about Mirrodin.
You're talking about Mirrodin?
Oh, Mirrodin being like his great.
He does know about that.
Yes. He does know about that one.
He does.
Yeah,
know
I forgot about that. I forgot about wait, Ryan killed them?
No, Ryan's father.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Ryan. When Ryan disappeared, the family fell on difficult times, and his father's health deteriorated, and he ended up killing the entire family.
That's right.
It's called the Beckinsale murders.
Right. I don't think Max knows that, which is probably for the best.
Probably for the best, yeah.
I think you do know that, but it's okay if you forgot.
Are you sure?
If Max forgot.
Pretty
Well,
sure I was busy doing something else.
You found out in the weird forests around Ilsis.
Yeah, when you were talking to Hazel.
Yeah. You found that cauldron, and you were able to make contact. Well, it's not a cauldron, I guess. It's like a.
Oh, no,
I was
no.
not there.
Raph wasn't there.
Guaranteed I was not there.
Because
Yeah.
that was when we were going to.
Oh right, your body was
Yeah.
underground.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
buried in the
Yeah,
dark.
yeah, you were.
I was
you were
one with
buried.
the worms.
There's a lot of things have happened in this game.
I'm sorry for anyone who's joining us for the first time.
Yeah,
God.
truly. This is a wild.
It's a miracle if you're still here.
Listen,
This does.
but you
Go
can
ahead.
catch up because we have a YouTube that has
That's
all of the
true.
mods, so you can
Wow.
experience these moments in real time.
Professional.
You love to see it.
Is that a command that works? No.
YouTube?
That doesn't
No.
do anything. I could have sworn I made one. I don't know what happened.
You could have. It could have been edited out when you changed the socials link
That's possible.
and you edited the
Either
socials command.
way,
Let's go
either
kill
way,
this man.
There's a timer. That'll go off and post the YouTube. Probably should make that interesting. Anyway,
So if you're still here and you've watched us waste 42
45 minutes.
whoa, waste. We've only done that for 38 minutes. It's fine. And only 28
Jesus.
of those have been us talking. Thank you, JD. All right, cool. So you were heading out across Calderon, the city, the capital city of Anun, the kingdom of Aloran. You were heading towards the east, towards where some of the wealthier folks who live in Calderon live in their estates, their manors. Specifically, heading for House Ardane, which is, at this point in time, now that he is a member in good standing of the Council of Calderon, and one of the kingdom's perceived political leaders, is one of the nicest homes for certain that you can find here. What are you
Wearing?
how are you trying to what's up? What is your plan? Are you just walking up to the front door, or are you trying to do things a little differently? Just asking.
What time of day is it?
It's still early to mid afternoon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say sun's still up.
Yeah, it's still
Broad
it's-
daylight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Well, no, I don't. So, given Kelly's past life, I think Kelly would want to approach it a little bit more strategically. I want to scope it out and see if there's any way to tell maybe where more security is concentrated. I don't know,
Also-
look through some windows and things like that, just to see if there's what the conditions are.
Also, weren't we being followed?
Mhm.
Yeah. Also,
And Hunter
You-
would have made
Yeah.
note of that and would have been
You
like,
had
there are
a
eyes
feeling
on
like
us.
you were
Yeah.
being watched. You don't know if you're being followed.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could
But Hunter would
elaborate.
absolutely say, I think there's eyes on us.
Yeah. What are the well, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna ask that question. Max definitely does not care about that.
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Interesting.
the other note is that Max told us that Mance was trying to like snoop into our pasts, and we were all kind of like,
he threatened us.
yeah.
He fully was like, I got dirt on y'all.
Yeah,
And we were
he
like,
did do that.
okay. And we were like, okay, sure.
Okay, and
Okay, and our dirt is
And-
public.
We liberated one whole city and saved this one. And
You're gonna die, and what's next?
well, I don't need him to die. I just need him to be embarrassed and never get anything he wants for the rest of his life, because that's worse.
I mean, that's fair. I might need him to die. JD, might need this, but
Yeah.
I was going to say that is often what happens with people of power, is they just go away
yeah.
after you embarrass them.
After I embarrass them and send them to a horrible fate on the outskirts of the towns.
See, once again, it sounds like we're talking about death. Sounds like we're back to killing, but who knows what's going to happen?
I mean, hey, listen. Social death is death, nonetheless.
All right. So you're trying to approach this with a thieves mentality, it sounds like. So is it just Kelly scouting, or are you all kind of trying to get onto the grounds? Because there are grounds. Oh, there are grounds.
I think Kelly would encourage to let her go first, at least.
Would it help if we provided some sort of distraction?
No. I don't want them to know we're here before they have to.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll hang back. Will be very helpful.
I could go with you.
Okay. You have the prerequisite skills. I think Kelly would be okay with that. She might ask like Hunter and Max to ask around like the outer areas of the grounds to confirm if anyone has seen anything coming and going, but like distinctly like don't ask anyone in the Ardain colors.
Which are?
So it's red with the little gold laurels, and I think if I remember correctly, I think it's like a wild boar or something. Is there?
Will, is that right?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's for sure.
Watching Will's face go, it is.
Hold on. Yeah, the Ardain family.
Funny.
Yeah, the Ardain family crest is golden laurels encircling a regal looking. Oh, it's a bull. It's a bull, not a boar.
It's a bull.
But,
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, gotcha.
obviously.
Close.
you know why I know this? You know why I know this? Because these are my NPCs.
So you are doing some reconnaissance, and Hunter and I are going on a date. Sounds good.
And I was gonna say, and you've sent Max and Hunter to do the social interactions.
Yeah. Listen.
I'm listening.
I gotta trust you guys. I gotta trust you guys to do something. Your title is literally the speaker, Hunter. I don't know what you want from me.
True.
I didn't choose this; it chose me.
He didn't choose his life. He didn't choose the thug life.
Listen, we can. That's pretty much true of all of us, except for Wayne.
Yeah, that's so true.
That is true that the speaker title technically refers to talking to ghosts.
And we all know ghosts are easier to talk to, so...
Yeah,
You know what? They're hanging around. If you find any hanging around,
If we go to a
Talk to 'em.
cemetery, maybe we can find some ghosts.
chat up some ghosts.
Chat up some ghosts.
Chat
That's a
up
good idea, Max.
All right. So that sounds good. You're splitting up, and that makes sense. I think we can probably start off with Kelly and Kira, since you are going to try to sneak onto House Ardain grounds.
Mhm.
I think that is super fair. So with that being said, I think stealth checks are in order from both of you for sure.
Sure.
Fair and valid.
Nice.
25.
Nice. That's a 20. That's a 20. There, I can do math. My God, it's a 24.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
Excellent.
That's right. I roll dice in this system. That's crazy.
You do. Yeah,
You
sorry, bud.
do. You
It's
do.
crazy. Imagine me rolling dice.
Speaking of, I didn't roll yours. I'm about to do that right now. Excuse me.
Yeah, you gotta. Maybe I'll roll this special D20 that looks like a barrel.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have no idea what number it supposedly landed on.
That's what
It's fine. Okay, cool. You don't hear any shouts of alarm raised as you slip onto the grounds. I think as you approach it, you see that there are large stone walls surrounding nearly the entirety. You assume nearly the entirety of the property. There's too much. There are too much grounds for you to verify that the walls run all the way around them, but you can see at least like where they sort of face inward towards the city and where they have overgrown with ivy and in a very planned kind of way, in a very cultured sort of way, where clearly this was their intent. And you see the gate, which is currently closed. I think you'd probably see that there are, well, we'll say there's one guard standing outside looking pretty bored. But it's not hard for either of you to find a spot of wall where you can scale up, especially using the plants that are growing over it without seeming to be noticed, without anybody raising an alarm.
I'm going to activate the visage of the astral self. So that way, we can speak. Well, I can speak so that only Kelly can hear me.
Okay. The Kelly cannot reply without, like, Kelly can't reply with those rules still intact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Very cool. So you scale the wall, you get to the top of it, and you look over, and you're both skilled enough at this that it's barely even an impediment for you. I think like you don't have to like give each other a leg up or anything like that. You're just kind of like up and over the wall. On the other side of it, you see House Ardain rising up in the distance, but you also see that there's an interesting kind of like pattern to the courtyard that stretches out before you, because there is just a very sort of wide courtyard stretching out between the gates and the front of House Ardain, the doors to House Ardain. There's a large fountain in the center of it with a large stone bowl that is like crying water. Basically, like there's water coming at like sort of fountaining out of its eyes and running down the bowl face and into the basin of the fountain below. Yeah, there are these like it's mostly this sort of like marble material, it looks like, but there are or rather I should say the stretch of grass between the gates and the front door of House Ardain is kind of inlaid with these like strips of marble. It looks like that make these like very sort of interesting looking, sharply cornered concentric patterns. and from like if you were to like climb a tree or something, it might look like something, but it also might be nothing. It might be random. It's hard to say. But it's a very striking effect. That's for certain. And you have that fountain in the middle of it, and then House Ardain, this just like very lavish looking mansion, rises up beyond that.
Hmm. So looking over at Kelly, I'm assuming we're close right now, so we can still talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So how deep are we going in?
I want to get close enough to the house that we can look in and see maybe where he's being held.
Okay.
Upper or lower.
Sure.
And the conditions, because depending on what state he's in, depends on how quickly we need to breach.
Sure. I will say it's likely that he'll be underground.
It depends just how overt Mance is being in his treatment of his son, because these are people who know Lindsay too, known him growing up. He might not want to be quite so outwardly
True.
cruel to his own son in his own home, where people could talk. So I think it's worth also checking the upper levels. If we can maybe do that quickly first from the outside before we have to worry about trying to see about anything underground.
He might just be in his room, guys. That felt aggressive.
Yeah, I don't. So here's a question, Will. I'm familiar with the Ardain estates in general, because there's also the one in Kalefell where they're technically like, is there technically where they're from? Is there originally, and all that other stuff? Is this like concentric pattern something that I've ever seen before? Or does this feel different?
This feels different.
Okay. So I don't love that. So I think I also want to stay up as well to try to get a better view of that. So is the roof of the house, how much higher is the roof of the house than the wall? Like if we got up there, would we be able to see it better, or would the view be similar?
From the top of the wall or from the top of the house?
So that's the thing. From the top of the wall versus the top of the house, what's the height difference there? Would we get a better view from the roof of the house?
Yes, much. The wall is like, I'll say maybe at most 10 feet, maybe 15 feet. The house is like a full-sized mansion, so much higher. Yeah, like probably at least 4 or 5 floors.
Because I think that's what Kelly wants to do. Is Kelly would rather like, I think while also wanting to check the upper levels from the outside, I think it would also be worth getting up onto the roof to be able to see this courtyard, because something about that is unsettling to me and I don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah, to be clear, it's like you're at the wall, you're on top of the wall now, and then there is a long stretch of just sort of like flat ground where you wouldn't really be able to like hide. And then there's the house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other.
So yes. So I want to get closer. I also want to give us better cover. So I kind of want to maybe, when we get closer to prevent like being out in the open, I want to cast Fog Cloud. Because that's a 120 feet by 20 foot sphere. So I think I want to get closer to the house and then have that kind of roll out kind of feeling naturally, because it can. Yeah.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. I don't know that it's going to look natural because it is a sphere of fog, but.
Well, that's the thing. How big is the property? That
bigger than 120 feet for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe I'll hold on to that until. All right. Maybe I'll hold on to that one for a little bit longer.
This place got acreage, like.
Right, because he's rich.
Because he's rich.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for now, kind of make it stealthily along the wall to get towards the house.
Yeah, and I will say, like, that would obscure you, but it would raise alarms. It wouldn't raise alarms because it's you all. But like, yeah. So it's like a trade-off. Like, on the one hand, they wouldn't know it was you. They would know someone was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could put it somewhere else, and then we just take another route.
Could be good as a distraction.
Could be a good distraction. Let's save it for when we try to breach.
Okay.
And then put it somewhere away from where we are, and then if we end up having to go in, yeah. All right.
So are you doing anything for now, or are you planning to wait to reunite with the rest of your party?
No, we need to get closer to the house to look to see if we need to go up or down.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if that was still the plan.
Yeah, that's still the plan, is try to get a better view of the house. Maybe get on the roof and check out what that. Because here's the thing: if it's something that, if it's a situation where maybe Kira and Kelly can do it by themselves, great. If it's something where we will need Max, I want to know what that thing is, because Max is going to have to walk across it.
Yeah.
Max won't be able to avoid that.
So
he doesn't have the abilities to avoid walking across whatever that is.
Well,
so I want to get a view.
Really fast.
Yeah.
So funny story. I was actually going to say, I think maybe to bypass this long stretch of there's no way to hide. What if I run real fast? Could I do that?
You could try.
Okay. I kind of want to try and run fast enough, to be not detected.
Okay.
Kelly's gonna take the wall path. You have fun.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, cool. So what I will say about that, okay, yeah, if you want to give that a shot, absolutely.
Okay, because here's the thing. My speed is 60 feet.
Uh-huh.
I can step in the wind and do a dash. I just kind of go, nyom. So
turn into Sonic the Hedgehog himself.
Gotta go fast. Got to go fast, my boy. I'm willing to take a stealth roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Just to I'm moving super fast, but like there's really no way to hide. I just need to say if they're perceptive enough to notice the blur of movement.
Agreed. Understood. Okay. So all right, you're gonna try to bolt across the courtyard.
Yes.
With all of your considerable monk speed.
Yes.
I am gonna hang out on the wall and watch. See what happens.
Also, just for added effect, because I'm trying to get there. Wait, no, I can't do both. I can't step in the wind and face step. So we're just gonna. Okay. movement, action, bonus action. Okay, movement, dash. Action, dash. Sorry. And then bonus action, face step when I'm closer to the building so I can get up against it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you climb down the other side of the wall and you kind of like steel yourself. You gather your energy and get ready to make this dash across. You start to run across the courtyard, and with all of your speed, Kelly, even you looking on, you just see a blur. The next thing you see, the second that Kira's foot makes contact with those, like, that area that's covered by the marble pattern, a golden light shines on all of those strips of marble, illuminating it, and it's kind of hard for you to tell because you couldn't really keep an eye on Kira to begin with, just because Kira is so fast, but Kira vanishes.
Okay.
I think Kelly sits on the wall and waits to hear from the telepathic bond. He waits to hear Kira.
Okay, so what happens to me?
Kelly, I think you just get static.
Oh no.
You just get static. Also, with the pattern lighting up, you hear shouts of alarm coming from both like the gates and the house, as guards have clearly taken notice of the fact that this magical trap or effect or whatever you want to call it has been activated.
Okay, I think I'm gonna move a little bit away down the wall from where I am, and I'm gonna lay low for a little bit before I make my way onto the roof of the house.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna.
Okay. But just so you know, there are a lot more, like the attention is now much higher. Like they are now on the lookout for people sneaking around.
I understand that, but now it is imperative that I know what this shape is.
Sure.
Because now I gotta like go back to Meriden and be like, hey, what's this?
Absolutely.
So I think, and also like this is what Kelly does. This is what Kelly did.
Absolutely. I'm just making sure that the situation is clear. Kira.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Kira, you 1 second you are racing across the lawn outside of House Ardane. The next you are somewhere dark. And the change is like instantaneous. There's no sensation that comes along with it. You are just running, and then all of a sudden the lights go out. Feeling around, and you have dark vision also.
Yes.
So looking around and feeling around, you reach out to one side of you and you feel this like hot, wet, kind of jagged stone. And then on the other side of you, you feel the same thing. Like there's condensation coating these walls, and it is hot. The heat is a little bit oppressive. You can kind of feel it pressing in on you. The tunnel that you are standing in stretches out in front of you, and it stretches out behind you. Ahead of you, you can see that it turns to the left. Behind you, you can see that it turns to the right.
So moving forward,
you turn to the left, and it continues on for about 50 or so feet before it branches to the right and the left. And I think you start to understand what kind of a situation that you are in.
It's a maze.
If you want to spend your action to try to find your way out of the maze, you could make an intelligence check.
Oh dear. Sure. No.
There are
Hold on. Do we have
five team in
cool.
the pool, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that. I'm gonna use one of those because that was a 4. I don't like that. So we're gonna try that again.
I don't like that you made this connection, Will.
What connection?
15.
15 is not enough, unfortunately. Yeah.
Hey Will, what the fuck?
Are any of us smart?
I mean,
Are any of us smart?
what is it? An intelligence check? I mean, I've got a +4 to intelligence, so Kelly's not dumb.
That's good. Then, to be clear, this is not an intelligence saving throw. This is an intelligence check.
Oh, well, then if we're doing that,
doesn't change anything for me.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, I only get a +1.
Yeah.
Like if this was like an insight or like a perception, I'd be fine probably.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not that.
Rude, actually.
What was Lindsay's?
Honestly, homophobic. Will.
Lindsay's intelligence was probably pretty high. I think. I don't know.
Was it?
Gonna start punching walls. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I really don't like that this connection was made.
I will say that if you trying to think of what it would be. I guess maybe an Arcana check.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I had a feeling, but
because Arcana is intelligence based.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you can spend another advantage on it if you want.
Go ahead.
Okay, sure. Sure. Hey, what am I trying to hit?
He hasn't decided.
I feel like I don't normally tell you the DLCs that you have to
listen, bro. I'm in a maze. There's a thing.
Okay. All right. That's
is
fair.
It a regular maze or is it the maze spell, which is fucked?
We'll call it.
Oh wait, hold on. Is this a spell save DC?
No.
Okay, cool. Then maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I just need to know.
Okay. I think you should just roll it. I hate
that. Okay, sure.
Great. You roll 2d20.
He's going on vibes. That's cheating.
Yeah. What about
just
this game makes you
a 16 feels good. You know, that's a good number.
All right, cool. So you said roll 2d20?
Yeah, because you spent the advantage from the pool. So
okay, cool beans. Did I? Okay, I didn't mess up my nails. Okay, so one of them was a 19.
Okay.
Did that do anything?
Yeah, 19 is definitely enough.
Okay.
19 will tell you. It is clear to you. You think, and I think you have a kind of an extra sense of this as a Tua. It just kind of like is part of your existence. You get the feeling that you are not in your world. You have been magically sent somewhere else, which appears to be this maze. And I think, above the table, you can identify that this is the maze spell.
Okay.
Happy it was Kira and not I. Sorry to say.
Okay. So then the question is, how do I get out of it?
You are basically, I mean, you can try to solve the maze. You can use your action basically each time to try to get out of the maze.
Okay.
But that's about it. I mean, again, above the table, I don't know that Kira would know this, but assuring you the player Q, the spell does not have an indefinite duration.
Okay. I mean, sure. Kira doesn't know that. He's trying to get the fuck out.
Correct.
So yeah, he's just running.
And I just want to check and make sure, Kelly, you are just kind of like waiting to see what happens, right?
Hold up. Kelly is going to get to the roof. Kelly is just waiting to see how big of the guards are. Like, she's like sitting on the wall watching the guards, and then once she feels like she can move, she's gonna go to get on the roof so I can see what's happening.
Okay. I will say in that case then that I think, I mean, this makes sense that the guards, like, there's probably, I would say like maybe 20, 25, maybe 30 of them, who like all kind of, you know, like stream out of the house or from like their various guard posts and are like gathered around the effect watching. Eventually somebody takes charge, probably somebody with a higher rank than the others who says, all right, I want 10 of you on this maze so that when whoever set it off comes back, we grab them right away. The rest of you fan out, search the grounds. And so about like 10 people stay focused on that like maze, that glowing marble pattern, just like readying their weapons and getting ready for whatever might happen. And then the other like 15 or 20 or so guards are going to like start fanning out, and like some of them go towards the wall, but some of them go towards like the house and checking just like copses of trees or like topiaries that are around, like, you know, rich people shit.
Okay. In that case, I do want to ready fog cloud to drop it the second I see the spell like re-enter.
Okay.
So that I can try to cloak Kira. I can't give Kira a warning, but Kira's a smart boy.
Yes. And because I looked it up, one quick clarification about fog cloud. It has a range of 120 feet, but it only has an area of 20 feet.
Okay, so I misread that. Because mine says extended area of 40 feet.
Oh, so yeah. If you spend it a higher...
I think if I spend it at second level, I can make it 40 feet.
You can make it 40 feet, yeah. I mean, you can make it...
Is it 20-foot radius
20
or 20-foot diameter?
It's a sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, still doesn't answer the question, though.
I don't know, it's
it is enough
20 feet.
It is enough that if I drop it...
They usually do radius, not diameter. So it would be 40 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, it is enough that I could make it difficult for these human guards.
Yeah. Technically, you can make the fog cloud as big as you want it to be, depending on the level of spell slot, because it's 20 feet per spell level.
I am okay to spend it at...
It is 40 feet.
That doesn't make any sense.
If I spend it at if I spend it at fourth level, it's 80 feet.
Okay.
So I think
if that's the radius.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to demonstrate it on the lattice?
God, please no.
So I will have that spell prepped and ready to go off when Kira pops back in, basically.
Okay.
So when Kira pops back in, even though I cannot communicate to Kira that it's going to happen, Kelly will still do it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, while Kelly waits for that to happen, I want to get up onto the roof.
I do really like everybody's favorite class reunion segment, Math with Raph. That's very good. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So, Kira.
Huh?
You get a +1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to roll pretty good. That's the thing about this that I'm trying to figure out, because normally, obviously, this is meant to be like a combat spell. And there's only 2 numbers on the D20 that you can roll.
19 to 20. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'll get you out of here with an intelligence check. That's +1.
Cool beans.
Yeah, it's a very powerful spell.
All right, cool. So, how many rounds do I get?
lasts for 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes, that's so many rounds.
It's a
My
lot of
boy, I'm
rounds.
out of here. Let's go.
I was
Okay.
gonna say.
Listen.
Statistically speaking, yes. Statistically speaking, you're gonna get out of here before 10 minutes are up.
Mhm.
Assuming that you keep going through the maze. So with that assumption, which I think is totally fair, that you are eventually
I was so close.
so close, that you were eventually going to roll a 19 or a 20, then, I mean, do you want to keep rolling this?
It's a matter of pride.
Is this good TV? Is everybody?
I'm just trying to figure out how long it is. We're up to 10.
Sure. For up to 10 rounds, that's 1 minute.
I keep getting 18. It's pissing me off.
I was
It's
gonna say-
pissing me
That's
off.
frustrating.
Can I get on the roof while this happens? Since I got 10 minutes.
You have 10 minutes, it's true. You can roll another stealth check to try to get to the roof, but it's going to be with disadvantage for sure,
Okay,
because the
that's-
guard presence is way more.
We're up to 2
alert now.
minutes. It's taking 2 minutes.
You just let me know.
Okay. Cool. So your choice is between.
Well, it's not my choice, it's the lower.
Yeah.
See 18 one more time.
That's rude.
It feels very rude. It feels very targeted.
So total, it was a 23 and a 21.
Okay.
That's annoying. At 3 minutes. At 3 minutes, I'm out.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's great. That's great. That's great news.
Stupid.
Statistically, I feel like that's pretty good, honestly, for like only having 2 numbers that can get you out on the D20. Okay. All right. So you said the lower of the 2 is a 21.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna roll. Okay. So Kelly,
Mhm.
you are trying to like kind of strategically pick a like gap in while these guards are sort of like fanning out and looking for things. You are trying to find a gap where you can basically run for it off of the wall and reach the house and then scale the house and then get onto the roof without being noticed. And I think like you hit you like hit the ground and you start moving, and it seems like you have a pretty good window, but I would say that like right around, like you are passing by, you kind of have to take a circuitous route, and you are passing by like a one of those clutches of like topiaries. Actually, let's call it a garden. So yeah, you're passing through like a garden that has these like high topiaries and big flowers that have like been growing for a very long time, presumably. Very beautiful, very well tended to, rose bushes, etc., etc. And I think that is the reason why this makes sense, because it is such a like, there are places for you to hide. So you make it through that initial stretch where it's just you sprinting across open ground. Nobody seems to see you. You reach that garden and you're kind of like picking your way through it, being very cautious. And then like you round a corner, and like from behind a topiary steps one of the guards. And there's a moment where like you look at each other, and immediately like the guard, you're a little caught off guard. The guard looks a little caught off guard too, but the guard is specifically looking for people that are not supposed to be here. So the guard starts shouting and raising like, over here, I found someone over here. And it's gonna like draw let me just say like a longsword, but like
Cool. Before anyone else can get here, before they can do anything else, I want to cast command on them.
Okay.
Shut up.
So they gotta make a wisdom save.
Okay. And the DC is
15.
okay. I mean, pretty unsurprisingly, they fail.
Okay.
This is just like a guard.
So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say that they have to halt, so they cannot follow me. They cannot try to stop me. They cannot try to touch me. So I'm going to tell them halt, and then I'm going to, before anyone else gets here, I am going to hide. I'm going to probably abandon the attempt to get to the house, revert back probably... I think back towards the closest point of wall I can get to.
Okay.
When they're
So
frozen.
backtracking towards the
Not
towards the
necessarily
surrounding wall.
not necessarily backtracking at this point if they've already called command. At this point, I will go to the shortest route so that I can get up over the wall. At this point, if I am seen, if I'm seen, there's no point in trying to stealth. It's just at this point getting away before more people can see me.
Okay. The command spell, a quick point of order, only lasts for 1 round. So if you're just saying like halt or something, because it's a 1-word command, then it's
I just need to stop this person long enough that they cannot follow or attack me.
Right.
So that I can get the head start.
Yeah, you buy yourself 6 seconds. It's definitely the shortest path back to like the way you came.
Actually, having him flee would put more distance between you and would be
Is flee an option?
better.
Hold on.
Yeah, flee is an option.
Yeah, should be.
Okay. If flee is an option,
I think it's any word you want. I don't think it doesn't have to be the word on the the examples.
Okay.
That is true. But flee does happen to be one of the examples.
Okay, then I will... Yeah, in that case, I think flee makes more sense for what Kelly's trying to do. She'll send him in the opposite direction. She'll run to get back to the wall for like a strategic retreat.
Yeah, makes total sense. Cool. So yeah, you bolt, and the guard bolts in the opposite direction, starts running away from you, and you run back towards the wall.
I was gonna say, I can do an acrobatics check to try to get back up it if you want me to.
Yeah, let's see if you can get up and over, because I'll say that you can reach the wall. Now roll an acrobatics check to see if you can like just sort of up and over it.
26.
Okay. Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, so you get to the wall, you just like swirl over it. You're not certain because the command spell just made this guy run away from you. He did see you.
He did see me.
I'm assuming that you are like, you don't know how good of a look he got at you. I'm assuming you're doing something maybe like covering your face a little bit, hood of a cloak up, something. Oh, yes. Like I said, you're a professional.
Yeah. Kelly's been doing this for 10 years. She doesn't go in looking like her normal self. That's
right.
The bit.
So yeah, you're not sure how good of a look he got at you, but you are at least trying to conceal your features. And yeah, so he runs away. You see, as you sprint out of the garden, other guards starting to like converge on the spot where the shout came from, the garden. And like you can see, once you get over, like from the top of the wall before you hit the ground on the other side, I'll say like you look back and you can see them like standing around talking to that bewildered looking guard who you commanded to run away from you. But then you are up and over the wall on the other side. I do think around that same time, you hear more shouts of alarm being raised as the golden light intensifies from the labyrinth. And Kira, you are back in the sunlight. Like you round a corner in the maze, and then suddenly your eyes are like assaulted by the bright light of this afternoon, as you are back in Calderon, and there are just a whole bunch of like shouting guards surrounding you, brandishing their weapons at you.
Okay. And I just checked the verbiage. I don't have to see the point where I'm casting it. It just says centered on a point within range, so I can still drop the spell.
For Fog Cloud?
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I can still do that even though I am now on the other side of the wall and I don't have visual.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, within range. Okay, cool. So yeah, you had like planned this out ahead of time, so I think it's fairly easy for you to drop the fog cloud in the middle of it. So Kira, you are surrounded by all these like yelling men, brandishing their weapons at you. You're back on the lawn of the Ardane house, and all of a sudden this like fog cloud, this like thick fog cloud about 80 feet in diameter, rolls in and engulfs you. What would you like to do?
I would like to leave.
Okay. All right. Cool. You want to run for it as well. Your spells, as far as I'm aware, your abilities are still in effect. It was 3 minutes. So you make a break for it, and same thing. To be fair, give me an acrobatics check since Kelly also made one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. I believe you. And yeah, same thing. You're like up and over. It's a different stretch of wall, so like you kind of look down the row and you see Kelly like kind of crouched there with the telltale purple lightning magic buzzing around her.
Yeah. Meet this guy.
Where did you go?
Maze.
I'm gonna using the wyvern badge because we did establish that those still work.
They do still work. It's kind of one of those things where it's like they're going to stop working eventually. You just don't know when.
Yeah,
the more you use them, the more they run out of power.
Yeah, but for now, Kelly's just gonna ping back to Hunter and be like, just really quickly, triggered a trap, falling back. And then she's gonna lead Kira circuitously via the thieves training the best, like, out to avoid.
Right. Yeah. They don't seem to be, the guards don't seem to be looking for you outside of the wall.
Still want to get away from the location.
Yeah, they saw people moving around on the grounds, and they're like, they seem pretty convinced that they're hiding somewhere on the grounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's better safe than sorry for sure.
Yeah. Kelly's gonna skedaddle.
All right. And with both of you kind of dealing with everything that you just saw and experienced, I think we might take a break before we see how Max and Hunter's date went.
Got a really successful time talking to ghosts.
I mean, it's got to be better than what we did for sure.
I mean, you found out about the trap. That's important.
Yeah.
You know, like
where the trap goes.
Where the trap goes, roughly how many guards there are, etc., etc.
We can do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could murder 30 guards. Yes,
we literally could.
I did think about that.
Could.
I was like, we can do that.
That is
excessive.
thing you could do.
That seems excessive.
It does seem a little excessive, but like I get it.
We can non-lethally.
That is the thing. That is the thing 5e lets you do.
Yeah,
that is technically a thing that 5e lets you do. It lets you
choke them out
label your damage
one.
as non-lethal.
Choke them out one by one. All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna go away. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go away. See you real soon.
I don't have anything to say.
That's not safe.
Stop looking behind me. Blur. There we go.
You were making up like people. You're making up.
I wasn't. You saw the pigeon. I don't lie.
We saw the pigeon.
I'm sorry.
Pigeons are good birds.
They're good
not
birds.
people.
They're not people.
I will say, okay.
We owe pigeons because we did that to them. We did that to them.
And pigeon nests. I don't usually see pigeon nests. I've seen 2 here.
They're rough.
And they're sad. I almost started crying at work because I saw a pigeon. I was walking back to work, and I saw a pigeon fly up and he had a little stick in his mouth. And I was like, and he just fly up to this tree. And I watch him land on this tree with stick in his mouth. And he just kind of like looks around and is just like just sitting on the tree, and then just opens his beak and the twig just falls to the floor, like tumbles down the whatever how many feet. I was like, my sweet boy, what did you think was going to happen?
We did that to them. Human beings did that to pigeons. We domesticated them. We made them dependent upon us. We stripped their natural instincts away from them, and then we abandoned them. It is our duty as human beings, whenever we see a pigeon, to be kind to those pigeons.
Yeah, it's true.
And if I catch someone being an asshole to a pigeon, it's go time. You're now an enemy.
We start barking.
Can I be neutral to them?
No.
No.
You can no.
Unacceptable.
What the fuck does that mean? Why not?
You asked a yes or no question.
No, I get it. Why? I don't understand.
Because they deserve more from
they're
you.
innocents in this world.
They're innocent. They're innocent.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so
don't deserve ambivalence.
So I don't kick them when I'm walking past. I feel like that's enough.
Well, that's not neutral.
I said I don't kick them.
No, but not kicking
not
something.
Not kicking them is not neutrality.
It's neutral.
That's on the side of the pigeons.
He's
Kicking
back!
a
He's back!
Is he okay?
I can't see him. He just flew back onto the street to eat trash.
Maybe it's a different pigeon. Is this good TV? You guys like this?
Is this something? Okay.
Is this anything?
All right, so
Us talking about pigeons, but
so
like,
I
you don't
have to
actually
be
get
nice
to see
to
the
pigeons, otherwise Julia fights me.
You
Yeah,
have to be
right.
nice to
Cheating is
pigeons.
off.
Yes.
Okay, so not kicking them is being nice to them.
Yes.
No, not kicking
Okay.
them is like not even on
So
the
it is
scale because
neutral.
you shouldn't do that.
That's the bare minimum.
I would argue
Yeah.
that like the scale
Super
starts at like
Not kicking.
Not kicking, yeah. Yeah,
like that's
basically.
just what people. That's everybody should exist that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some
What?
motherfuckers
Okay,
need
but what
kicking.
about picking up pigeons?
They love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Don't
that
think
is
they do.
acceptable and
They run
encouraged.
away a lot.
Can you chill out, please?
Oh,
Nope.
the ones who run away are the ones who have never been picked up. Once they've been picked up for the first time, then they love it.
Oh, okay.
What
Sorry,
is that?
So much is happening.
It's fucking.
Is that Peppa?
It's a dude in a. No, Peppa. You know the sound. Okay. Content warning. I'm about to make some nasty sounds. Okay. Because currently she's downstairs and she's eating, and you know what she sounds like when she eats. It's fucking disgusting.
She masticating?
She's literally like, I'm not even exaggerating. That's exactly what she sounds like. She can't. She can't bite. She just licks until something comes into her mouth.
Another creature that humans
God.
tormented.
Yeah, that's true. We did that to her.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true.
god, she's so fucked up. But yeah, but yeah, no, that was a little someone on like a little motorbike going really slowly up the hill, so slowly.
Hills are hard for motorbikes.
It's true.
Ooh.
It's true.
Depends on the hill.
Depends on the
Depends
bike.
on the bike.
Depends on the bike.
Julia, we have to stop.
We can't.
I feel like if you could, by now you would have. You could
Here's the
stop.
thing. We can't uncouple at this point, and it only is going to get worse every time we see each other in person.
It's so true. It's
Quantum.
So true.
You're quantumly entangled.
And guess who else is entangled? Let's get back to the story.
Yeah, let's go back to the story. Can you guys hear Frodo, by the way?
Yes.
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 Okay.
I don't know if he comes through to the stream, but I definitely hear him
Yeah.
crinkling.
He's just going fucking crazy.
It's his tube.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has the
Pick-
demons.
Could pick any other time. Literally any other time.
No.
But have you considered that he's perfect?
I mean, sure. I'm not arguing that. I feel like he thinks he's trapped because he's laying on the side entrance, but like the tube is still open. He just,
It is still, in fact, a tube.
yeah. Anyway,
Let him figure it out.
yeah, sure. I'll do that. Let's get back to our story, shall we?
Mm,
Let's focus up.
Stories.
So when Hunter and Max split from Kira and Kelly, where are you going?
I feel like we're not. I feel like we moved 15 feet and then just stopped and turned to look at each other.
Like I was following you, you're following me.
both just like hesitating with a step and then just kind of being like,
Just kind of like we get to the first fork in the road and we're just like, well, where are we going?
That sounds accurate. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like what you do.
No, I think the goal is the reason I did check with Julia, to be fair. The goal is to talk to people and see what kind of sus shit has been going on in the Mance Manor lately. So maybe let's go find some gossipy bitches, aka I don't know, townsfolk and stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna like name like a local posse or something.
I thought so too. I was like, yes, go on.
Barbara's quilt makers are the gossipiest bitches in town.
They do call it a stitch and bitch.
Yes.
Yeah,
They sure do.
True.
They sure do.
yeah.
All right. I think that's going to be a diplomacy check as like a gather
And what is
information
that?
stand-in.
That doesn't
Incredible.
exist.
Cool.
I think it does, doesn't it?
No,
does
that's,
not.
and that's
What is the
Pathfinder.
stand-in for gather
Persuasion.
information?
I was gonna say, I think it's
Persuasion gives you go insight,
Insight,
insight, investigation, and
investigation.
persuasion are all the
Yeah.
ones you can use.
Yeah. Well, since you're just trying to find people to talk to, I think that's going to be a persuasion roll.
Cool.
A
I'm good at
persuasion
that.
roll?
I'm
Can
so
I use
good at that.
intimidation?
Oh,
I mean, maybe when you find them, but right now this role is to like find people that you can gather information.
Would that not be
from.
perception? Who are we
No.
trying to persuade?
I
The
think
ghosts in the air?
persuasion is literally the
Sniffing
skill
them?
that you roll when you are trying to gather information.
It's investigation usually, no?
That's
You
You know,
so.
I'm not going to fight you because I'm a -1, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
I mean,
Will,
I
I
could be
just rolled a
wrong.
0.
did you get a -1?
I mean, I have a -1 and I rolled a 1, so I got a 0.
All right, we're hitting.
I did that a couple sessions ago, so I understand.
I rolled a 1, so I rolled a. Wait, no, I lied. I rolled a 3. I thought I had a -2. I have a +2. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you got a 5.
The
Well,
wind goes into Hunter's ears, through Max's ears, and just out the others.
There's 3 advantage in the pool if you want to.
Hell no. This is too perfect.
It's too aggressively in character is the problem.
Yeah,
Does it make our lives harder? Yes. Is it true? Yes.
Also, yes.
Ooh. Yeah, can we go to like a
Mhm.
local, like, is there a where do workers go? Is there like a pub
Like a
maybe
pub?
nearby? Is there like a pub nearby?
Yeah.
Well,
There are a lot of pubs. You're in
Yeah.
like the rich neighborhood, though, is the issue. Like you're where
yeah,
the
but we're
rich
not here to
people
talk to the
live,
rich
so-
people.
I understand.
Talk to
that.
their staff.
No, yeah, I get that, but like their staff probably either like live on the grounds or like commute, you know, like live in the cheaper parts of the city.
But is there a pub nearby where? Because people live
There's-
in this town.
Probably like maybe one neighborhood over, I would think. But like rich
That's
people
kinda
don't need to
far.
go to the pub. You know what I mean? Like they just drink and all of their food is like made for them. And yeah.
What is the chance that a merchant is coming to deliver something bougie to one of these houses and we can just
With a 5, pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm doubt like I think you find someone to talk to. We could say it's a merchant if you want. Yeah. If that's what you want, yes. We could say
Could be
it might not be a
anyone.
merchant exactly, but like I think
be
as you
anyone.
are like standing there, there's like somebody who just sort of like weighted down, probably with like a cart that they're pulling behind them that like that is full of like goods, maybe just like like wheels of cheese and cured meats and like vegetables,
Cured
fresh
meats
things like
and
that. Yeah.
vegetables. Holy shit! This is
Yeah.
something for everybody here.
Very rich. They don't even stack their meat, if you can believe
Oh,
it.
what the fuck? Okay.
We'll say it's like a younger man who's like pulling this cart, sweating, tired looking.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. Max goes over to them.
Mm-hmm.
Max goes over to them. And just I think Max just says like, do you need any help pulling that cart? And flexes.
Yeah, I think the guy looks up at you and gives you like a once over and like looks concerned
Horny?
and confused and is like, so sorry, are you robbing me?
No, I literally, you seems like you've been carrying that for a while. I could
Yes.
help you take it to wherever you're going. I don't need to rob you. Actually, if I was going to rob you, I would have already done it.
But that's not what's happening now because
No,
you look.
you're still awake.
Why do you? Why?
Nobody has ever been helpful to you before. No one's ever offered their help. What kind of life have you lived?
No one that has a huge axe and armor and no.
Well, I'm not going to put my weapons away.
I'm not certain what's happening here.
I'm trying to help you carry this cart, which looks very heavy, because I'm a nice person.
Hey, yo.
Grips gallows.
No! But it's starting to feel like I don't have a choice. Actually,
I could just walk by you.
Why?
Yeah, just fucking grip it and rip it, baby.
All right, I see you. One in the pool.
Yeah, dude, crack one for the big boy.
But again, why would you help me or walk beside me the rest of the way?
Because he loves food.
But that brings us back to, are you stealing this food or like?
Do you want me to steal the food?
No.
I can steal the food.
I don't want that. I'm just not certain what it is. Like, thank you for offering to help. If I say no, you said you're going to walk with me anyway?
Yeah. Where are you going?
To my home.
Oh, I thought you were selling this.
No, I work for one of the families that lives here, and
Do you work for Mansardane?
I think I should maybe go.
I kind of want to intimidate this motherfucker.
Cool. I mean, you can roll with advantage. Based on this interaction, he's already pretty terrified.
Yeah, I think I'm going to step in. I'm just going to literally pick the cart up one-handed and say, I think you need my help. And then I'm going to roll to intimidate him.
Oh my god.
So I think this is going well.
Yeah, for sure,
That's
for
a
sure.
26.
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified. I think he takes a step back and says, you can take that. You can take anything you want. You can have all of it. I don't have anything on me.
I don't want it.
Why did you take it then? Why did you pick it up?
Fucking hell. God damn.
Hunter, please.
I rolled a 0.
Max just turns to
When you
Hunter
can
and is like,
talk.
No, it'll only get worse. It'll only get worse from here.
Could you just let me go? You can take the card if you want it. I don't have any money or anything like that on me, but let me go, please, at least.
you can go.
Okay.
And then you're gonna follow him?
I look at Hunter. If this guy's back is turned, I look at Hunter and I'm like,
Did you give him? Can I have the cart back then? Or
if you tell me where you're going, I'll deliver it.
why?
He just likes to be helpful.
Why did he threaten me then?
He's very passionate about helping.
I'm doing community service. It's something I'm really passionate about.
All right. Well, I would say thank you. I don't need your help. But there are plenty of communities that do, I'm sure. Have you checked one of the less affluent districts of the city? That
See,
might be
here's
a
the
better
thing.
place to start.
I'm not asking to help the people that live up there. I'm helping you. What do you need?
Well, I live up there. I live there.
Oh shit.
I work for one of the families that lives here.
Well, yeah, no, you work for them.
I live there as well.
Which family was it? Right, I think you mentioned.
You know, you got a 26 to intimidation. He's not thinking clearly. He will say, the Ardanes.
Oh, perfect. I know where that is. I'll go with you. Take this cart.
I don't think you should.
Why?
Because
Are there not usually people, going in and out of that house?
Not that, again, no offense, but not that look like you. I think the guards would be alarmed, probably, and concerned.
That's very prejudiced.
I think it's more of like a weapon thing than anything else. It's just your armor is very spiky and you have a large axe and several other weapons, and I think they would have questions about why you were there.
Right.
Max's face.
Well, we're actually we're friends of Lindsay's.
Interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. I mean, that's not a lie.
Oh,
It's not a lie.
That's not a lie. Okay. Yeah, I think you'd see him give like kind of a relieved sigh, and he's like, "That makes so much sense. That explains so much. It's not
Should have started there. Should have started there. That was on me. I apologize.
Yes, you didn't realize this is one of the premier Gritsky players.
It's true. And I do the mammoth like thing.
I'm definitely not supposed to talk to you.
Why's that?
Well, because you are enemies with the man that I work for.
I don't think we're enemies. People can have disagreements, but not.
I think you are. He thinks you are. Certainly.
Do you share his views?
I just do my job. But I think that there would be problems if you were to show up carrying my groceries from the market with me.
But what if we were trying to make amends? To not be enemies, to fix that relationship.
I mean, are you?
Looks at Max.
Yes.
I suppose that if you came along, then maybe the gods could carry that message to Master Ardain, and
Listen,
maybe he
okay,
would
here's the
speak with
thing.
you, or-
Right. No, that's fine. The main thing is we're worried about Lindsay and want to make sure that he's okay. Have you seen him? Has he come to the house?
Well, truth be told, no one's allowed to see him.
Why? Is he sick?
No, but he's sometimes when Master Ardain is particularly displeased with him, he spends a lot of time alone.
That sounds really sad.
Maybe, yes, but he always seems like in excellent spirits when he reemerges.
Is he get like in timeout in his room? Is he grounded?
I think yes, probably yes.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah.
I just work in the kitchens. I don't know everything. I just know that sometimes we don't see him for a while, and then we do see him again.
Do you make food for him?
Yes.
You don't bring it to him.
Oh, it's left outside of the door.
Of
To
his
his
room?
room.
Yes.
I see. Hmm. Could I ask a favor of you? I don't want to give him an option.
It doesn't really feel like I have an option. It feels like you're gonna hit me.
Right. And I I pull out a little piece of paper and I just write on it Lindsay, and I spell his name wrong.
Of course,
Lindsay, we're coming. If you can find a way to let us to help. If I scratch that out, I say, if you can help us in any way, if not, be safe. And then I fold it up.
Even
And I
Do you put your name?
he knows. He must know. I put Max.
Clearly.
You
And
could have
then
said,
you
know,
would
I'm
use the
with my
pit.
favorite piece of furniture. Like, you could have at least given him a clue.
I'll put Max on it. I fold it up. I open it back up. I write Max. I fold it back up. I take a wheel of cheese. I take a knife. I carve.
No, please don't. Okay, you're already okay.
I carve a little hole into the wheel of cheese. I roll up the note. I stick it in there. I cap the wheel of cheese. I melt, I melt it a little. I put it back into the cart. I say, that's a message for him. Next time you make him food, please make sure it gets to him.
Why did you put it in the cheese?
I don't know. I don't know if they might search you or something.
And you can just give him the wheel of cheese.
Well, they don't search me. Why would I give him the cheese? I'll
As a
figure it
gift?
out, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Oh. You seem like the man type of man who's never been gifted a wheel of cheese. So,
Well, that's true.
Just do that for me. That'd be good.
I will try my best, I suppose.
You don't have to give him the whole wheel of cheese. But if you could just give him the no.
Could I not do either of those things?
No.
Because you will hurt
Find
me
you.
if I...
Well, I'll find you.
Yeah, we know where you work.
And then we'll decide decide what to do with you.
It feels like if you're saying that if I don't do it, you're going to come find me and then hurt me.
Those are your words.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then yes.
Okay.
Here's that 0. Found the 0 guy.
It doesn't seem like I have much of a choice, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay, great. Also,
Papita.
Papita. Blurry Papita.
Yeah, here I'll unblur for y'all's sake. Oh, she's hold on.
No, she said I'm done.
She's just facing the other way.
Pippa.
There you go.
Pippa. Pepita.
I say and one more thing.
Of course.
I expect our meeting right now to be something kept between the three of us.
Okay.
Don't say shit is basically what I'm telling you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Also, what was your name? Sorry, I never introduced myself.
My name Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Strong name.
Thank you.
Anyway, on your way.
Thank you. I will leave now. Please put the cot down so that I can take it. Yes. Thank you.
I put it lovingly in his hand.
Right. I can't. He like moves out of the way because he cannot hold it up. Okay. Nice meeting you too. Bye.
We'll see you soon.
Have a nice day.
And he rolls away with his cart, looks back a couple of times at the two of you. Very concerned expression on his face as he moves away as quickly as he can towards House Ardane.
I think that went well.
I mean, that was incredible, Max. I think that is exactly what Kelly wanted.
I think so. I mean, we got a note to Lindsay. We know where Lindsay is. We have an insider. We have a mole in the Ardane household working for us. That's 3. We didn't get food though.
Super don't have
I feel
that.
like we probably could have maybe taken something from the cart, but
You definitely don't have it.
We absolutely have all of that.
I think we did good. I guess we'll go walk around.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing anything or talking about anything until Kelly and Kira show back up, then that's totally fine. We can just skip ahead to that. But if you want to,
I think up to Hunter. I think Max just like extends a hand.
Yeah, no, I think they actually have a very nice interlude where they're just walking around town, holding hands, talking about what they're seeing, and enjoying each other's company. Because we succeeded in our mission plan, so
that's right. You just get to go on your date now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in character, Kelly and Kira's whole thing took maybe like 30 minutes max. So you have a little bit of time. You have a little bit of time to walk around, just the two of you, but eventually you kind of reconnoiter. I assume you probably would have set like a meetup point, which is maybe like wherever Hunter and Max, maybe that wine bar or something. But
are we sure we want to go back to that wine bar?
I don't think we meet back at the wine bar where
I'm definitely
Kira got abducted. I don't think Kira wants to go there again.
1,000% not going there.
well, but like it's a lightning strikes twice place. Like, what are the chances you're going to be, kidnapped twice in the same location?
A little too high for my liking.
I do not think we meet back there.
Okay.
I think maybe we meet back like probably around like the stadium, because that's someplace that like Kira and Max would be familiar with from their time, and like granted Hunter's only been there once, but like Kelly knows where it is. Kira and Max know where it is, and like Hunter's with Max, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like
Hunter does have the perception to find it, even if they got separated.
Yeah, even if they did get separated, it's also a stadium. So I think maybe back in that little alley that we hung out in that one time, where we first threatened our little lamplighter boy. May he rest in peace.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. McMorrow.
Alec McMorrow.
R.I.P. William.
What did I do?
You get anyway.
What did you? Don't make us start, Will.
Anyway,
I don't even know why you asked that question, fam. That was a silly question that you just asked.
That's fair, but I wouldn't do it twice.
Can't even look.
Are we the first?
Can't even look at the camera when you said that.
So you meet up in the alley by the stadium.
Yeah.
You're reunited. Yeah. None of you look the worse for wear. It doesn't look like any of you really had any issues with your assignments. You were just completely successful.
We were really successful. We got a message out to Lindsay. And we know where he is.
Where is
We
he?
have a mole. We have a mole too.
Well, his name's Wimbledon, which is crazy.
Okay. Where is Lindsay?
In his room.
They've seen him in his room.
No, but he does get food taken there. So.
Okay, does the food come back eaten?
Oh, we didn't ask that.
We didn't ask that.
Okay.
Who wouldn't eat the food though?
Somebody who's they're pretending to keep in a room, but they're actually being kept somewhere else. But
yeah, but wouldn't the food come back eaten anyway? If the food doesn't get eaten, he's not in the room.
Okay.
How was your thing?
So Mance
Could've done
has Mance has something going on. So 20 to 35 guards, that alone is excessive.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's excessive for Mance. But then again, him having his arm chewed off in an alley would make a person paranoid.
Well, these days he's not just a merchant anymore. He's on the council.
Kelly doesn't have fucking
Anyway.
30 guards.
She could.
Doesn't need them. She's got us.
Kelly's effective at her job. So like that is excessive alone for Mance, but then also he's got I think in the time, I'm sure by this point Kira has explained to Kelly what went down in our walk back. So yeah. He has added a layer of security to the house that is concerning. Makes it very difficult to get in. So I don't...
So now does he have any secret entrances?
You got the mole.
Well, okay, that's a question. Could I roll maybe could I roll maybe history regarding like what happened?
The contemplative look from Max. Wild.
Thinking so hard.
Could I roll history from my time with the crew to know about like if there were ways in and out? Even they might not be as effective now since it seems like things have changed, but like
Totally.
I mean,
Yeah,
if he's an
super
important person, I'm sure he has to have some way to get out of the house safely should he be under attack.
That is a flat 17.
Okay. With a 17, what I will say is that you definitely know for sure that the house in Kelfell had a secret entrance for just such a purpose. And I don't think a 17 is high enough to know about his house here in Calderon. But it's probably safe to assume you just don't know like where it is or how to access it.
Okay.
Only you had someone on the inside that you could ask.
Well, we do. His name is Wimbledon.
Right. You could use the methods that you put in place to contact him. to contact him.
What day is it?
That's the other thing. Is the meeting that was called this evening or is it tomorrow? I don't remember.
Let's get groceries on the
That's
day.
a great question. It's been 5 months.
It's been 5 months.
It's been 5 months. So
when are we supposed to have the meeting where we say, hello, this is the king?
I want to say it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tomorrow sounds correct.
We can also just make that canon.
Yeah, that's true.
We
I
have
don't want
that
to
power.
contradict myself. I don't want to contradict 5 months ago, Will, but he was in a pretty rough spot and he really needed that. So
Hey, you know what? Take the dubs where you can.
Take the dubs where you can.
yeah.
So we still have a day. I'm starving. I think we did good.
Sure. I think at this point it's safe to go back to the castle, maybe reconvene with Mirrodin for a bit.
Maybe Mirrodin knows a way to for us to not activate the trap. Or
Perhaps.
can help us just get into...
Either way, I gotta go back and get ready for the council meeting tomorrow, so... Regardless, I do need to get back and start preparing.
Okay, not that I want to, throw a wrench in all of this good planning, but I mean, I felt eyes on us when we came into this part of town. We have a mole who could maybe be found out, and that could not be great. And the two of you, I mean, Kelly, you were seen by one of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we give Mance more time, couldn't he just move Lindsay somewhere else, and whatever planning we do now doesn't help? Like he could just be playing hot potato with Lindsay.
Well, the thing is, right now, we cannot get into the house as we are. The only thing we could maybe do is somebody stay here to watch and see if anyone leaves. But...
I don't need to sleep. I can do that.
If you give me a sandwich, I'll do it. I'm really hungry, sorry.
Do you three... Okay. None of you are on the council.
No.
If the three of you want to stay here and try to work this problem out.
We don't want to leave you alone, though.
I will be in the castle. I'll be there with Mirrodin. I'll be there with Avalon.
Surrounded by people who hate you.
Okay, the two of
Mance
you.
Mance isn't there, and the only person who I might have a problem with is Marius, and he's not gonna do anything to me.
Yeah, then we could stay here, try to figure this problem out.
Do not go back to the Ardain grounds. They're on too
Famous
high of
last words.
they are on too high of alert right now. They have magic that we don't know how to counteract. Wait to either see if you can make contact with your mole, or wait to see if maybe somebody comes and goes that you can follow. If Hunter's right and he's going to try to move Lindsay, then hopefully you guys are here to watch it, to catch it. Maybe intervene then when they're no longer on the grounds. I don't know where their secret entrance would be. It's a high possibility that they have one, just because that's kind of the standard for rich people houses. So just keep an eye. And I think Kelly's going to pass. Okay. No, I can't pass the Wyvern badge, because then you guys can't get a hold of me.
Right.
All right. As long as you guys are together, you guys can get in touch with me for at least the time being.
I still don't like you going alone. If anything were to happen,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then one of you go.
I can go.
All right. I will take Max back to the castle, back to the keep.
Okay.
You two stay here to watch out for Lindsay.
Or Wimbledon.
Or Wimbledon.
You sure you don't want to leave Max and Hunter alone to handle the problem again?
We did an excellent job, I will remind you, and did it in 10 minutes.
Are you sure?
Is that to me or to Kelly?
It was you. It was you. 1000% to you.
It's like I am confident in my ability to be fine. I have done a lot in the 10 years since we've been together. And taking care of myself when I am in a place where there's people who I maybe can't trust is in fact one of them. I lived in the slums of Barrow for months, where people could have turned me in at any time.
I'm not doubting your abilities, but you also don't have to deal with that. There's 4 of us. It doesn't really help for 3 of us to be watching out for someone. I'm not very stealthy. I can't really help with that. I might as well go back to the keep and help you. If nothing more than to just, I don't know, lessen the suspicion that we're out to get Mance, since I was the last person who spoke with him.
All right, that's actually a very good point. That's a great point you made right there. So
Wild. Yeah. Everybody please clap.
You could...
Max looks at Hunter and like...
Were you going to say something cute?
No.
You sure?
No, Kira was about to say something and then stopped. Just
Reined it back in.
Yeah, Max self-fived when there are 3 other people around. All I'm saying.
That's a pretty good description of Max, all things considered.
Got it.
While making eye contact with Hunter, which is the wild part.
And Hunter's just like, yep.
It kind of makes sense. Max figured out pretty early on that he had to high five himself because other people couldn't take it when he high fived them.
They can't reach. They can't handle
can't
the
reach.
force.
He broke some people's arms before he figured it out.
It's a low five for everyone else.
Yeah, he's too powerful.
It's too powerful. Anyway,
he's too powerful.
All right,
incredible.
Yeah, we'll go back. We'll pick up Avalon. Get ready for the council meeting. Get ready for the finals prep with Ryan and Mirrodin about how we're going to introduce this whole thing. So, and then you guys keep an eye out, and if anything happens,
okay,
we have the badges.
Cool.
For as long as we have them.
Extremely cool. Extremely cool. So, who is staying? Kira and Hunter are staying behind.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Makes sense. Max and Kelly, you head back to Calderon Keep. And I think we will get to that and all of the council stuff probably next time. But
yeah, because that seems like a lot.
That's going to be a lot.
Mhm.
But Kira and Hunter, you all, the two of you kind of the two of you stake out not Calderon, sorry. The two of you stake out Ardane Mansion, House Ardane, overnight. And it is pretty chill. It is pretty, the commotion from Kelly and Kira's breach and activating the security system seems to have largely calmed down and started to even out a little bit. The guards have returned. You only see maybe 10 of them left, kind of moving around the grounds, doing their due diligence. Everybody else presumably went back to their posts. And eventually, as the day drags on and turns into night, there is even less to be seen or heard from. The most movement you see from the keep is or from the house, sorry, is people coming in and out of the kitchens with scraps, buckets of scraps and things like that, and just tossing them onto the pile. And just things like that. Maybe a gardener coming here and there at the end of the day to inspect to make sure that there's nothing that needed their attention. And then Hunter, well, Kira doesn't sleep, obviously, but Hunter, are you trying to stay up all night, or are you interesting?
I think given that Kira doesn't sleep, Hunter would be sleeping a bit with the plan of Kira waking them up if anything happened, but
Okay.
try to keep it also to short bursts of sleep.
Okay, cool. Then I think what I need from Kira is a perception check.
Happily. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. Yeah, that's a 28.
Okay. 28 is fantastic. So you are up all night and you are keeping an eye on the house, and people settle in, go to bed. The place gets calm and quiet. The lights go out, candles, lanterns, etc., magical light sources, all of those go out at the eventually, and it's the dead of night when you see something, Kira. And Even with a 28, you can't exactly tell what it is that you are seeing, or rather you can't make out any details, but you just sort of see someone moving around the house, walking by the windows.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you can't really make out any details. It just seems strange to you that someone would be moving around at this hour without any, like a candle, a lantern, any type of light source. Something about it feels ominous. It makes your skin crawl in a bad way, even if you're not 100% sure why.
Right.
And I think it isn't until you are trying to get a better look, like you're really straining your eyes, trying to make out more details, and you find yourself wishing that the moon would like come out from behind the cloud or whatever is obscuring it. When you realize and you notice the moon is out. Not only that, but it's full. There are no clouds in the sky. None of the light from it seems to be touching House Ardane.
Yeah, just pat.
I would imagine Hunter wakes up pretty quickly.
I would think so.
What are they moving? Is something happening?
Yes. Someone's moving in the house. But I want you to take everything in.
Hunter, if you want to make a perception check.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna point out all of the details that I want
you could take advantage since Kira is.
I mean, that was already a 29, so I'll take that.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So yeah, you take a look around and you see the same thing. You notice the same thing. Kira doesn't even have to point it out because you pick up on it. Yeah, the moonlight just doesn't seem to touch the house.
That's not right.
No, it's not. And there's like pointing at the person that's walking. There's someone walking. What are you getting off of them?
I mean, do you think it could be Lindsay?
I really hope not.
Why?
Lindsay's not made my skin crawl before.
Hunter, you feel that too with a 29. You feel like just looking on this person moving around, whoever it is, whatever they are, just feels bad.
Do you think it's some sort of guard or something like that?
No. Something far worse.
Can you tell me a little bit about where the two of you are staked out for the evening? Like, where have you chosen to draw your watch from?
We were trying to get a view of the house, right?
Yeah, so could be like a tree, could be like the top of the wall where you have some where you're kind of obscured.
Yeah, top of the wall, certainly.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay, so you've been hanging out on top of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Hate that.
Yeah, no, that's not my favorite.
Hate that.
I mean, I guess my question is just: are you staying up at the wall? Like, are you staying on top of the wall the whole night, or like after you see that and experience that, are you going to tell the others, or are you just staying with your watch, even as like unsettling and uncomfortable as all that stuff is?
I mean, I think Hunter's perspective would be to not necessarily reach out to the others at this point because nothing is actively happening. Like, we don't need their backup.
Okay.
No, but they should be made aware.
In which case, Hunter would use the wyvern badge and say, Max, Kelly, there's someone moving in the Ardain house, and they don't feel right. Also, the moonlight isn't hitting the house, which is weird.
Are you seeing that from you're calling from your perch on the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Kelly and Max,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
you don't get that message.
Cool. Great.
Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
you send that via the wyvern badge, and you do get a reply back. But at first, it just sounds like breathing. Just like rattling breathing. Before you hear this voice that sounds wet and like many voices kind of overlaid over each other. It says, I see you. You look up, and Kira, you would have already seen that. You look up, and standing in the window, kind of directly across from where you are perched on the wall, frozen in place, looking directly, somehow, looking directly towards where the two of you are. That figure has stopped moving. It's just standing in front of the window. But then you blink, and they're gone.
So we're gonna get off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go.
We are moving.
When you jump down off of the wall, your feet hit the dirt, and it feels weird. It feels too soft for like packed earth. When you look down, you see that is because the earth along the wall has been disturbed by what looks like billions or trillions of worms that have churned their way up.
I knew it.
And are just like writhing right under the topmost surface layer of dirt. That's probably where we're going to end this episode of Class Reunion, I think.
You sick bastard.
I think that is
Gross.
uncalled for. I think
I
that's
heard
rude.
wet voices and I said, that's worms, baby. That's worms.
That's worms, baby.
Oh,
That's worms, baby.
Oh, worm!
Yeah.
Worms, last time we fought worm people was when we were dealing with it was when we were dealing with sand, right?
It was the worm woman who came over to try to, put demons in everybody via the worms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was the transformation from people who had taken sand.
Mance took sand.
Mance took sand.
Mance did take sand.
Remember, because that's why. Remember, Mance took sand, and there was a session where we were talking with Mirrodin, and we were like, maybe Mance is a sleeper agent for the Dreamer. We had that conversation with Mirrodin.
We did,
which was when which is when I think that's the same conversation when Wayne gave him his brain spider.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were discussing the possibility of like Mance being a puppet for the sleeper.
The Dreamer.
Yep.
The Dreamer.
The Dreamer.
I gotta have a conversation with my boy on the inside.
Yep. with our mole.
With
with our
Wimbledon?
mole. No,
Wimbledon.
I'm talking about Simon.
Oh, Simon. Okay, yeah, you
Oh, I
should
hate
talk to
that.
Simon.
Yeah,
should talk to
no,
Simon.
you shouldn't talk to Simon. Absolutely don't talk to Simon.
I think you should talk to Simon. I support it.
He knows what's going on with the dreamer.
We
Listen.
support gay wrongs.
Which,
There's
if it is
nothing
the
gay
you know,
about it.
The Dreamer does have-
There's nothing gay
That's a
about
lie.
it.
Yeah, that is completely
the Dreamer
false.
does have beef with the Danan. The Dreamer could be like, Mance, go to war with the Danan so that I can have an easier time getting over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or Mance could just be a dick.
yeah.
I mean, Mance
Mance
being
is
a
a
dick
worm
probably
fucker, dude.
here's the thing. Mance being a dick probably makes it easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm. Wow, a lot of theories, a lot of thoughts being thrown around, and who knows what is accurate? Who knows what's going to happen next? Find out next time on Class
I feel like you
Reunion.
should have some idea.
Yeah, you should know. If
Well-
anyone here should know, it should be you.
Mhm.
I know
Yep.
some things for sure. I definitely know some things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a politics episode next time.
Well, we're going to start with the council meeting, but given our
We're gonna-
track record,
No
that
scores
could
about it?
turn into a bloodbath.
I was gonna say, are we gonna
That's
start with
fair.
the meeting, or are we gonna start with Kelly talking to Mirrodin and everything beforehand?
Well, beforehand, obviously,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause-
But the meeting is going to be the thing. I think that happens.
Yeah, if it's probably like a first thing in the morning type deal.
Anything you specify you want to do before then, totally fine with me.
Mm.
Just let me know.
Yeah, mostly just talking to Mirrodin about what we've seen and making sure Ryan is ready.
Yeah. Ryan's ready to be king for sure. Like I said in the
Ryan-
chat earlier, he's the most qualified. He was class president. He has experience. And he was the captain
listen.
of the football team.
I can't argue given what Max and Hunter did today.
Here's the thing: he is
We were
apparently
successful.
if we are operating under the rules of which this universe has been established,
Uh-huh.
but there is an aspect of fate and destiny involved in all of this. So yeah,
Which
give him the fucking stone to pull out of the ground, William. Let's go.
Which can I just say, this campaign is slowly but surely turning into a worms versus birds. Okay, can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about
And we know who's gonna win that.
worms.
Oh, historically,
You go birds.
naturally,
go birds. Go birds.
go
You're right.
birds.
You're right. Go birds.
Thank you.
Billy mentioned. Go
Philly
bird.
mentioned.
Philly
Go
mentioned
birds.
We got crows, we got a thunderbird, and we got one worm mama. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Incredible. All right. Well, we did it. We played Class Reunion. Welcome back, everybody.
We did it.
We
It's been a
fucking
long
did
time.
it,
We fucking
gang.
did it.
Oh,
GG, and none for you, William.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm used to it. All right. So we'll go ahead and go around and everybody can tell you who they are, what they got going on, et cetera, and then we will raid friends over at Guild Superior because they're raising money for the ACLU still.
Yay.
And that is a very worthy cause. Speaking of, I think we'll start with JD because JD has some relevant stuff to talk about in that regard.
I do. I have two relevant things. The first is we hit that fundraising goal for the Streaming for Justice series we've been doing these past 10 days or so. We are now moving into our stretch goal, and we have 2 more streams going on before this event ends tonight. I will be in one of those events. I will be over with Wanderer's Haven at 4 o'clock playing a game of Fabula Ultima, where I'm just playing a little guy who dual wields chain whips and is obsessed with explosives. It's fine. It's going to be a normal one. We have incentives for that, so you can make our lives harder if you want to help with those donations. I Actually, yes, I do. Okay, I was going to say I don't have much else going on next week. That's a lie, because tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.,
Yeah, I was
we
gonna
are
say.
going to have our 8-person table for the opening of the 4th season of A Season of Secrets and Shadows, our Regency Monster Hearts game.
Let's fucking go.
Lord.
Everyone is back together after the events of last season, and it sounds like we're going to be getting to witness the transfer of power over to the Winter Court with newly crowned sovereign Queen Octavia Frostpin at the helm for the first time. So I'm very excited to see how that goes. And then I will be back here on Thursday for Never Ember's Enigma, where we are in the midst of trying to put out a lot of fires, and it's fine. And I might have unloaded like 7 magic missiles at a target, and now there's more giant spiders, and they're angry. Yeah, that's what I have for the next week. I do a lot of other things, but next week's a quiet one.
Hell yeah. Raph.
Hi, I'm Ross. I played Max Miller. I forgot to say he was a bar block. What else? Oh, I didn't see you there. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be back here for motherfucking A Season of Secrets and Shadows Chapter 4.
No,
Which-
no, I don't think so.
What? What do you mean?
No.
No?
We don't need, no, Carmen. No.
Oh, Carmen's back, baby.
No.
Carmen's
What if
normal
you
now,
weren't?
okay? I don't know
I
if
don't
you
think so.
watched.
Are you sure?
Spoilers for end of season 3. Carmen is normal now.
Well,
Okay, but
the supernatural parts of Carmen were never the worst parts of Carmen.
yeah, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be so for real as somebody who's not a player, just an observer. The worst things about Carmen are things that were there before things happened to Carmen.
Carmen is just a normal boy, Pinocchio style,
No,
back
I
to
don't think
human,
so.
baby. Carmen's cool. Yeah, exactly. Carmen is on a healing journey. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And it's gonna be really good, and I can feel the peace and the love in the air already for tomorrow night.
Can you? That's wild, because I don't think that's coming from anywhere over here.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
getting
know
that.
what you mean.
I'm not
I don't know
getting
what you
that.
mean.
It's so weird.
I guess
And to me that's coming across as a you problem, because I can feel the peace and love. I feel the peace and love in the Chili's tonight. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Other
Services
than
and
that,
Applebee's.
anyway, I'll be back here for this game too, and then something else in May that I won't say yet. Maybe next time. Wait, when do we play next?
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Theoretically.
Yeah, in theory.
May.
5 months from now.
Okay, next time
We
out.
play this
I'll
game
talk
once
about
every
that.
5 months
Next
now.
time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next
All right,
time.
cool.
Basically.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's it.
Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. Today I've been Kelly Violet. I'm here every other Saturday doing that. Every other Sunday I'm here playing Lyra Kroll with Academy H, which is a Masks actual play podcast. You can listen to that on Spotify. You can read what's happened in between then and the lives with the condensed notes. I got to update it with the most recent session. AKA when Will curb stomped the last shred of Lyra's hope into the ground after consecutively 6 months of nothing but problems happening to Lyra.
Can you guys stop bullying me, please?
No, Will, you can look back at the notes and see that you have in fact been bullying me.
No, I don't think so. I feel like I'm getting a lot of shit today. Can you guys stop bullying me, please?
No.
Will canonically no.
Canonically.
No.
No.
And then every other Thursday, I'm here with Never Ember's Enigma playing Lavinia Hale. Remember, ACAB does include Lavinia Hale, including right now when her house has been blown up 3 drow assassins are here to end her family's bloodline with her specifically. And there's 5 big fuck off all spiders we gotta deal with about it. We're level 4, and Andy's like, get them. But on the plus side, Lavinia's dad just showed up, so at least the Hales will be together when one of them dies. Probably me.
And see, that's not
Potentially
me.
me.
I didn't do that. That's not me.
Here's the thing. That's Andy.
Yeah.
And Andy's very different.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Andy is very upfront about what we have to beat when we make these fucked up rolls.
I know.
Just roll it. It's fine.
Andy-
Fuck you.
Andy's very open and honest with us about how badly he's gonna fuck up our day.
That's fair. That's fair. I like
And
to keep
we
my
appreciate
options
that
open.
about him.
I like to keep my options open.
Hmm.
You motherfucker.
You like to change. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is that it, or should I move on to?
Every other Wednesday, for the time being, in our Wildcard Wednesday game, I am playing First Officer Nico Bard on the USS Gallant. It is our Star Trek game. We are having a great time. I was not allowed to yell in my favorite Jeffries tube before I was sent on my diplomacy mission. It was going fine until something decided to fuck up our vibes. And now one of my ensigns is gonna shoot a Romulan, and my head of security is gonna punch him in the face. It's gonna be a big thing. Come see that. It'll be a good time. That's all I'm doing right now.
That's all.
Yes.
That's all. Just those things.
Yeah.
Cute.
Hi, I'm Q. I was Kira today. He's had a real one. He's had a fun one, certainly. When you don't see me here, you can find me out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight No More _ INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. So speaking of which, we'll be playing one of those tomorrow. The OG cowboy. Didn't even realize it wasn't the plan, but here it is. Mr. Dorian Black, King of Hell. Who is in his sad boy hour. He's at home listening to Frank Ocean, and that's just what it is. And then Tuesday, I'll be here for Nephilim Tenebris, which we're back. We're we're storming the castle. And the castle is it's a place of knowledge and learning, and I hate that place and fuck them, so it's fine. And then alternating Tuesdays from Nephilim is They Call Us Villains, where I'm playing the saddest, angriest boy who did just wake up from a hallucination caused on by someone's powers, where we definitely may or may not have killed a whole bunch of staff from the insane asylum. I'm sorry, from the rehabilitation center that we're in. And then when do we come back as a unit, JD, for Redacted?
We come back as a unit. I have to do some quick mental math in my head. I believe it is the 15th. We will have all of you back together on May 15th.
All right, May 15th. Come see your boy for Redacted. It's been a wild, ripping, roaring time. We're full of ghosts. So many ghosts. And other than that, I have things we should hopefully over on Tales from the Table. This is Live from the Apocalypse. Tales from the Table. We should be finishing up the Celestial Railway job. Things got in the way. Life do be lifing. And then I took a month break, but we're going to be back on it and finishing that up pretty soon. And I've got other projects down the line. I've been talking for far too long. I'm done now.
All right. And hello. Hi, my name is Will. As your storyteller for this game. And I will be back. I got to run actually because I have session 0 in like an hour. Less now, but I will be back tomorrow for Season of Secrets and Shadows playing Abigail Donatelli, the Queen of Hell. And
Who said that?
all kinds of stuff is going to be happening that I don't know about yet. We'll talk about, I'm sure. Tuesday, I'll be back running Nephilim Tenebris, where we should be joined by our new 5th player and crew member.
Yeah.
Tune in for that. It's going to be very exciting. The announcement's going to come out before the game. I just need to confirm that we're actually playing on Tuesday because life do be life, and as previously mentioned, Thursday, I believe I'm over on Entropy Emporium running God Complex, a Girl by Moonlight game about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and punching space kaiju at the end of humanity. And then the 27th, which is just a little bit after my birthday, I'm going to be running a game of Sentai and Sensibility over on Cat the Lore Mistress's channel as part of a fundraiser for the Trans Lifeline. So the cast for that is really good, and I haven't run that system before, but I'm very excited about it, and I love it, and I can't wait. That is most of the stuff and the things that I have to talk about. You can find me on Blue Sky at a Will M Scream, and that is going to do it for us here on Class Reunion. We're going to disappear in just a second, and then we're going to hop over to Guild Superior, where they are raising money for the ACLU, like we said earlier. So come along, say hi, be friendly, all of that good stuff. Donate if you can, no expectation, of course. If you're not keeping up with us on social media, there's one. We're on one site. You can follow it. The fascists haven't taken it yet. We'll see, but that's where we are for now. Or you can join the Discord community, which is probably the better way to keep up with us these days, to be honest with you. It's a great place full of great people. We'd love to have you be a part of it. And generally speaking, we share stuff there before we post about it on social media. Yeah, all of that being said, I think that is going to do it for us here. Come along for Guild Superior. Say good afternoon, everybody.
Good evening,
afternoon,
everybody.
Wow.
Goodbye.
All right.
Goodbye.